Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Jason with Jason's House of Fun and Video Games. Bringing you today, Thrift Time and Finds, Volume 25. Wow, it's like mind-blowing. So, we did some thrifting, and I'm pretty excited about what we have, and I can't wait to show it to you. So, we're going to start off with something I normally wouldn't get, but it looks awesome. The Simpsons. I have watched The Simpsons for a very long time. I don't typically watch them too much anymore, but I did grow up with them, and this thing was in pristine condition. It's from NECA, so the same thing that makes a lot of the horror action figures that I have. And it came with a thermos. Oh, cruel fate. Why do you mock me? Wise words from a wise man. He did also almost blow up a nuclear reactor, at least in 1 or 2 episodes that I remember, but don't quote me. I can't say everything and anything about The Simpsons, but I did like them, and when I see them on TV every once in a while, they're fun to watch. So I think that's a pretty good find and something to add to the collection. Let's read one more thing from it. If something's hard to do, then it's not worth doing it. Fair enough. Homer said it best. Awesome add to the collection. Now these are glasses from, I think it's 2000. Yeah, it's 2000. So McDonald's in the year 2000 apparently had these cool looking glasses. I don't think they're really worth a whole ton, but I'm a huge Mickey Mouse fan. I like Disney movies. I grew up on them, so when I can see things like this, definitely like to buy them. Nice little collectible to put somewhere in the room, or to use it for it was intended purpose and actually drink something. So cool finds. This one right here is gonna be for Cynthia. Batman. She's a huge Batman fan. This is from
my new coffee mug.
I have no idea. This is dishwasher safe. You know, I'm just curious for a lot of folks out there that actually buy cups and plates and stuff like that, say it's dishwasher safe. I find more times than none with certain colors like this, for example, as you could see. I mean, it could just be used, but I find more times than none, but it does wear it off. So I'm just curious. Have you had that issue? Maybe it's just me and my luck. Let me know down below in the comment section. But Batman, awesome find. And that'll do it for that bag. We got a whole lot more to go through, so I'll go over these ones quick. We all know what these are going to be for, to hold the magazines. So now I have about 4 of them, and that is the extent of my magazine holders that I'll want while on the throne. Not that you needed to know that, but that's what its intended purpose is for me. I could put them somewhere on the bottom shelf or something, but I've just got no room for that. But I might separate it, you know, strategy guides. Always have a good strategy guide around, or some Game Informers, Nintendo Power. I don't know. Good question, but it's definitely going to be used, and for a couple of bucks, can't go wrong. So now we're going to go over some movies.
Oh, joy.
Yep, whole bunch.
I thought you just pulled out a porno.
That is Das Boot. That is not a porno.
I thought it said something else.
You know, what's interesting is I've looked at this a lot. 60 minutes of extra footage. I've looked at this for years and years and years and years and years. I've caught most of it on TV, but of course, you know, the versions on TV aren't going to be the best. Unless, of course, you remember a couple videos ago, sometimes the TV versions are better than the regular. Don't know. But still, I've heard a lot of good things about this, and I've waited on it long enough. A couple of bucks at the Thrift. Can't go wrong. This one is The Land That Forgot Time, or The Land That Time Forgot. I still don't know how to read. The People That Time Forgot. So I believe that these are interconnected, and it's horror, and it looks really old school. So excited for that. Another movie to add to the collection of horror that is very overgrowing very fast. Here's a weird one. PS4 game for just like a couple of bucks, like $2 or something like that. I'm not really into the racing scene, but how do you pass up a PS4 game for a couple of bucks? Looks pretty cool. Might be something good to play with one of my kids. All right, that's a first one for me. Actually, no, I actually bought another one, a few of them, but not very often do I see that. Doom. Say what you want about the movie. As I said before with the TV versions.
The Rock. That's when you know it's not going to be a good one.
As I've said, no, that's not true. He's got some good movies.
Yeah, but not Doom.
Listen, I saw Doom.
The Rock says it doesn't matter.
Apparently it doesn't, but I'm going to include my little comment anyway. I saw this. I think I rented it or something. I can't even remember if it was that old. I don't know. I saw it somehow. And I wasn't too fond of it. I watched it on TV. Loved it. All censored. No swears, no nothing. I don't know why. But this is one of those movies that I was referring to. So, cool stuff. Happy to add The Rock's in Doom to the collection. Assassins. Another good Stallone flick. And it has Antonio Banderas. I highly recommend this movie. If you're into the old Stallone movies, and Antonio Banderas, I think this is one of his first movies, 95. I don't think he had many movies before this, but this is a really good flick, and look at that. And just outstanding. That I like that style of DVDs. The only thing that sucks is when you have them next to, we'll say, a regular size DVD, you kind of tell the difference in size, and it kind of interrupts the whole flow of your collection, but it's cool. Not bad. Picked it up. Can't complain. Collateral. Not in the best shape, but a few bucks. Can't go wrong.
Collateral damage.
Collateral damage. Sorry. It has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, and he's blowing crap up. Can't go wrong with that. I'm a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, and anything that has Schwarzenegger on the cover with explosions and helicopters, get to the chopper. This one is going to be for the boy, Scooby-Doo, and the Winter Wonder Dog. I just added a word there because I can do that, but Scooby-Doo Winter Wonder Dog. So,
Raggy.
I'm sure he'll be pretty excited with that. He likes watching him some Scooby-Doo. Here's one I haven't seen in a long time. I've seen the VHS a few times in both versions of the bigger one and the smaller one, like the regular normal size VHS.
That's definitely the boy movie.
Casper is an awesome movie. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Fun fact about Casper. So one of the first PS1 games I got was Casper. It took me forever to beat it. And then I sold it. And then years later, I regretted it because it's really hard to find. I was able to finally find it at the game store. Probably posted on one of the videos that we've done. We've done so many of them at this point, I can't remember. But I'm sure he'll be excited with some Casper. Pretty exciting stuff. Now, this is a really good find because it's a Tiger Electronics. And I've never seen this before. I've had a few Tiger Electronics games, but this is one that I haven't seen. This is from 96? Yeah, 96. It is called Word... probably should have done this before or whatever. Word Chaos. So it actually does turn on when I pulled it on. And cool thing about it, if I can get it out, I'm probably not going to be able to now. Oh, it's making noises. There it is. It comes with a pen, so I guess you must have to do something in regards to this. Oh, okay, cool. So it does work. It's functioning. It's pretty cool. It's Tiger Electronics. I would have rather preferred Ninja Gaiden or Castlevania or whatever else come out on that, but still, pretty cool to add that to the collection. No complaints here. So let me just try to do some reorganizing real quick, because we're not going to do this at the end of the video. It's going to be a giant mess. So, cool stuff. What do you think so far? I think I got some good deals. I don't have any complaints. Cool. On to the next one. Now, these few ones right here I was pretty excited for, and I was a little skeptical, but all the discs are there. So, I've seen these before, and they were a lot of money. They were like 50, 60 bucks, something like that. 50 movie classic, 50 movie pack sci-fi classics. This has a ton of sci-fi movies on it, and it's a lot of older sci-fi movies like 50s, 60s. There's a whole ton of like random B movies in here, and you really can't go wrong with that. I'm not too fond on how the movies are packed, even though I like this little thing. That's pretty cool. But the movies are actually packed individually. Probably should just break it out. The movies are packed individually, so I don't know. Not really my forte, but I have a horror one that's similar to this, so almost dropped it. Another thing to add to the collection, some good old-fashioned sci-fi. And then we have a horror one, which is completely different from the one that I got before. Got a ton of good movies on here, really old movies, a couple of newer movies. The Hunchback of Notre Dame with Lon Chaney Sr. This is pretty cool. I love the cover art on these things. Hours of Chilling Tales on 12 DVDs. Awesome to add to the collection. And then there's another one that's entitled Nightmare Worlds. Again, all the movies were there. Whole bunch of things on here. UFO Target Earth. Werewolf Woman. The Lost City. That's a good one. The Day the Sky Exploded. Like, there's a ton of movies on here. So, I mean, when I put that into my movie app, it counts each individual movie, not just as a whole. So, I just added a whole bunch of movies on there. You know, I think it's kind of cheating, but, I mean, that's how the app works. So, pretty cool finds so far. But we're not done yet, because you know I've got more. And then more. And more. Power Rangers VHS. Can't complain with that. I know that I said before that I was going to try to minimize what I was collecting for VHS, but when I see something for the Power Rangers, I'm grabbing it, and that's it. Pretty cool.
Zordon.
Power Rangers video, I Will Win. Oh, should definitely check that out. This is one I remember seeing in the one of the many video stores I saw, Food Fight. I just clearly remember.
I think that was they used to play that all the time on TV too.
Mm-hmm. I think it's only, I'm not sure if it's one episode. I believe it's just one episode, so that's kind of crazy. Imagine that. So one episode that you get for a whole entire VHS. You know how much these things usually went for?
And they're like in their own case.
What do you mean? Oh no, that's a rental case. Like that was clearly from some sort of rental case. Unless somebody put it in a protective case, which I mean, I guess they could very well have, but these are also rental cases. I don't see any adhesive, so maybe you're right. Pretty cool. And then Rocky Just Wants to Have Fun. I see Lord Zed. I see the White Ranger. Again, it looks like it's really just one episode on here. That is wild. The White Ranger series. Like, oh, still pretty cool. It's Power Rangers, so a special music video. I'm curious to see what this one is. That'd be a good thing to put in the background, huh? It doesn't say. It just says a special music video, so I'm curious. I don't know if I have any more of these. I think these are the only 3 that I have, but I'd love to get the Green Ranger ones, because you know how much of a fan I am of that. So another bag down. We're going on. Again, reorganizing while we move along, because it's the smart move to do. And I'll make the video go by a little bit better. How you doing, Pooch? You're tired, huh? I don't blame you. Alright, cool. And what do we got here? Oh, this was a really good find. I've got like 2 super good finds. That's for the end of the video. For sure. Let's see what else we got. We've got TNA Final Resolutions. Again, I've seemed to be on a TNA kick. Pretty excited about that. I think that's like the 3rd or 4th one that I have, so good old Sabres. And then another one for the kid. Chill Out Scooby-Doo, an original movie. Again, he likes his Scooby-Doo, so he'll be pretty excited with that. And one more for the kiddo. Pooh's Grand Adventure sealed. Wow. And I don't think I've ever heard of this before, but still pretty cool. It's Winnie the Pooh. Can't go wrong with that. Celebrating 80 years, and hopefully 80 more after that. And now comes an interesting haul. I wasn't expecting this, and I don't typically see this very often, but I've seen it twice now. So somebody like dumped off all their Disney movies, and I used to have a bunch of them when I was a kid, and then sold them at a yard sale, whatever we were doing with them at the time. And I instantly regretted it for the most part, because I really like them. They're a piece of history. I'm really about preserving history right now. It's not about how things are as far as expense, stuff like that. It's cool to have something that's rare, and you know, I've got a ton of stuff that is rare, but I'm more on the lines of preserving history, and it might not be a history everybody kind of wants to preserve or cares about, but still, a lot of folks out there really enjoyed these part of the videos where I kind of talk about things like that and just my intentions of collecting. So I think that's really why I've been doing this. Nostalgia. I get bit by the nostalgia bug more than ever. If there was a nostalgia bug rabbit hole, I'd probably be way beyond the yard's core at this point. So we're just going to pull them all at once. Fantasia, 2000. Good old Disney VHS. Just look at the size of these things. They're just crazy. You can't find things like this anymore. Everything's so small. Look at the detail. Ugh, so good. And then we've got... This is one I've never seen before. So I do have E.T. on VHS, but not as this size. So this is technically not a Disney, but it's a Universal, but it's E.T. Like, how could I say no? I used to like the little things that used to come with it, too. Movies don't usually come with that, just a code for some digital thing or whatnot nowadays. So, Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. I've never seen this before. I've seen the first one. I've never seen the second one, so pretty cool. Lady and the Tramp 2. I don't even think I knew this existed, but still, pretty cool. Awesome, awesome. And then, last and certainly not least, The Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea.
Oh, that was a cute movie. Haley used to love watching that.
I think I remember this being out.
I don't think it ever made it to the movies.
It didn't. It was a direct. But
it was a really, really cute movie.
I've got a whole ton of these now, though, so I'm growing quite the collection of them. Am I going for a complete collection on those? No. I think there may be a few more that interest me. I mean, I saw a whole bunch of these things, and there's some of them that just don't have any interest for me or whatever. No nostalgia. Little Mermaid does. I grew up watching that, and Lady and the Tramp. Lion King, I didn't grow up with that. E.T., I certainly didn't. Fantasia, yeah, did, definitely. But still. So now we move on to the really special ones. So, I have never seen one of these in person. I have to say that right off the bat. And it looked like it was pretty functional when I tried it. So this should give you a pretty good idea of what this is. Minus the tape, because tape sucks. That is a DualShock 2. But it's funny because what color is that? That would be either silver or platinum. I don't know exactly how they determined what that was. I believe it's a silver. I got all the cores and everything. That doesn't really matter. Here's an interesting thing. I think this probably had something to do with it not being fully functional. It works, and it's around the right voltage. Uniden is usually a maker of phones or walkie-talkies. Somebody thought it would be a good idea to try to power this on with this. I tried it. It did power it on. It wasn't as functional as it should be because I don't think the voltage was correct. But if something really bad happened, it would just stop working. So I do have one that I can definitely test this out on. But as a silver, I hate the tape. It's going to rip off the sticker, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, don't do it. There we go. See, I'm smart. It did come with a Guitar Hero. It's not in the best shape. It's Kind of beat up. It's got some scratches. I mean, I kind of expect that.
A memory card.
It came with a free memory card, an official Sony one as well. I don't have 2 of those. I think I only have 1 of those, honestly. And other than that, got some dust in it. I didn't smell any kind of weird stuff coming from it. You can kind of smell when these things have been water damaged. Mold will kind of set into it. And it just looks like it's kind of dusty. So I'll be super excited to try to get this one up and running. And even if it doesn't, just the fact that I have this, it's not a very common one. It actually sells for a good chunk of change on the internet. So super excited about that. That's definitely an awesome find. And last but certainly not least, oh my god, this thing's heavy. This is a Sony DVD VHS player. Now, what's so special about it? I'll tell you. One, when I saw it on the shelf like that, I looked at it and immediately was like, that's a Laserdisc player. Because if you've seen any of my other videos, I eventually want to get into the Laserdisc rabbit hole. I want to get a player. I've never used one before. I've always looked at them. They were really expensive when I was a kid. And just didn't get it. I always had the VHS and then eventually moved on to DVDs eventually, like most of us, and Blu-rays and so on and so on. But the Laserdisc player, I never got the chance to. And it looks like a giant record to me. That's all I think of it as. But this stuck out to me. It's in really good condition. Only $16.99. It's not bad. Came with the controller. I turned it on. It works. Doesn't have any issues with the motor. No weird sounds coming from the VHS itself. This actually goes for a pretty good chunk of change on the internet. So I don't know if I'll keep it. Most likely, if I was going to start to get into the reselling world, see how much I can get for this bad Larry. I'm sure somebody else will like it and appreciate it and use it. So it's just really heavy. Like a lot of these players back in the day were extremely heavy. I've never had one like this. This is awesome. So it works perfectly and can't complain. And if I don't decide to go out in the reselling world eventually, just another thing to add to the collection. But I can't display it because clearly I have used up all of my real estate. But when you don't have enough real estate, there's always room for more somewhere else. If you could only see the look on the other side of the camera. So that's all I got today for Thrift Time and Finds, Volume 25. Take a look at all this awesome stuff that I was able to obtain over the last couple of weeks or so. And let me know what your find or favorite find is. No complaints here. I think I did pretty well. The PS2 alone was definitely worth it. That will be for Cynthia, obviously. So that's probably going to be her find of the day. Or find of the week, whatever, I guess.
Find of the year.
Find of the year.
Beside those 2 heads.
Yeah, those 2 heads were still pretty cool. Definitely up there. So, again, like I said, let me know in the comment section down below what you're currently collecting, what your favorite find is that I got, and what's your least favorite find. I guess that'd be a good question to ask. And
I found a puppy.
You found a dog? Yeah, the dog's still sleeping. Dog has no
Trixie Doodles.
You awake, girl? No.
Food?
She's done. She's toast. She doesn't want to deal with us. I don't blame her. She's looking at, what is all this stuff? Has no interest in me. It's not a dog toy.
No, but you can choose some.
Don't do that, please. Well, anyway, if you haven't already, please subscribe. I try to do once a week videos for the channel. 68 wonderful folk out there have decided to subscribe to the House of Fun and Video Games. So I think the last video we had 65, 66. So we've gone up a few more subscribers. Pretty excited about that. And make sure when you subscribe, you hit that notification bell. So every time that I do decide to release a video, and hopefully it is on a weekly basis, you'll get notified of that right away. Expect more frequent content in the next couple of weeks. Can't really say why, but I would say that my schedule has kind of opened up a little bit more. Anyway, this is Jason, Jason's House of Fun and Video Games. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope you enjoy your week, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Don't